Hey everyone, welcome back to another review on Bytesector. Today we're going to be looking at a product that isn't new to the marketplace, but certainly demands your attention. If you want to find out what our thoughts are, catch us on the other side of the intro. In today's day and age, we all walk around with a cell phone. I'm not even sure you could still call it a cell phone because it's evolved beyond traditional cell phones. It's evolved beyond just being a phone. It's really a communications hub. Let's call it a wonder device. We all carry it around, but we all upgrade them on a, annual, biannual, or even, semi-annual basis. And some of us wait 3 or 4 years. So why should you upgrade? What are the options? And more importantly, why should you consider Samsung's latest offering? There are a few things that all cell phone users care about. And some people care about some things more, and other people care about other things more. And I'm going to kind of elaborate on that. As a geek, I care about raw horsepower, memory, on-device storage. Then there's the Instagram crowd. They care about how good are the photos, how good is the selfie cam, is it going to last me all day if I snap photos for 6 hours. They don't care about obsolescence because in 2 years they're going to want the best camera out there in 2 years. They might not even wait that long. Let's dive in. Samsung's S21 Plus 5G model. First of all, I have to talk about the amazing color options, and specifically this purple. This amazing purple and rose gold contrasting color scheme is incredible. Very striking to the eye. You can always get the silver, the black, or the pink back as well, but for me, the purple really does it. An awesome touch. Again, we have the 3 cameras in this notch. It's a bit of a raised notch. It only sits in the top corner, which is very nice. Not much more to say about it physically. It's got an awesome screen. It fits nicely in my hands, although I do have relatively big hands. As you can see here, it fits top to bottom, fingertips sitting on the palm. It's got a nice rose gold bezel all the way around, and the screen is flat. It's not a curved edge screen like we've seen on previous Galaxy S models. The other thing to note, and I don't know because I haven't used a lot of Samsung phones, is I find that the power button being under the volume rocker is just a bit, I don't know, Samsung being unique. And I don't like it because I'm used to the power button being on top, but that's personal preference, I think. So for the tech geeks out there, we've got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 processor. It's an octa-core processor. In North America, it comes with Cryo cores. Elsewhere in the world, it comes with the Cortex cores. Ultimately, there's very little difference in speeds. They rank from 2.9 gigahertz all the way down to 2.2-ish gigahertz. Awesome. 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of on-device storage, with an option to get a 256 gig model, which is really welcome. It's got eSIM, although I'm going to note this for all of you people out there, eSIM is not available on the North American model. It is only available on the international model, which coincidentally also has dual SIM in it. Now, second camp, Instagram users. What are the cameras like, right? Well, first and foremost, you have your selfie camera, a single camera on the front center display. It's an embedded camera. It doesn't have a notch or anything like that, which is awesome. It is a 10 megapixel selfie camera. It does dual pixel. It's got some HDR functionality to it. You can actually get 4K 60 frame per second video out of it, which is absolutely insane. Haven't seen that. You can't even get a Google Pixel device with 4K 60 on the back camera, let alone the front. So that's awesome. On the back, it's kind of hard to know where to start, but let's start with the biggest. You have a 64 megapixel telephoto lens. You have two 12 megapixel cameras as well. One is a wide angle 12 megapixel and the other is a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle to allow you to really capture the moment and all of its surroundings. Not bad, definitely not the 10x optical zoom that you're going to get on the S21 Ultra, but definitely leading the way with cameras. And of course, you're going to get 4K 60, but you're also going to get 8K 30 video out of this rear camera assembly. Just stop for a second and think about that. 8K video. I don't even own an 8K TV. The point is, the cameras are kick-ass. On the front, we mentioned the in-display camera. The display also has an under-display fingerprint sensor, which is awesome. Works pretty quickly. I'm not a fan of it. I've never been a fan of it. I feel like the more natural place for a fingerprint sensor is in the middle of the back of the phone, but what do I know? Everybody's doing under-display fingerprint sensors, so maybe I'm just, showing my age here. The other thing to talk about is the display. It's a 1080 by 2400 AMOLED display. It's rated HDR10+, a peak output of 1300 nits of brightness, which is insane. 120 hertz refresh rate. You should want for nothing more in a display on your mobile phone. So that's really hardware in a nutshell. But hardware isn't everything. The software has to be there. And this is where I've always had a problem with Samsung phones, is the software. It doesn't look very radically different from what you get from Google's UI, but it's still got that Samsung touch. The rounded square icon bezels around the traditional Google Android icons. The app drawer that scrolls side to side instead of up and down like you get in default Android. The settings menu, which personally I find overly complex and somewhat confusing coming from stock Android. But again, something you get used to, and the amount of options in it is just incredible. You can customize pretty much anything top to bottom in this phone, so as I might not like how it's laid out, it's something I got used to and certainly appreciated the level of flexibility on. There's battery life. Oh my gosh, how did I miss this? There's a 4800 milliamp hour battery in this phone. I'm going to take a second here and branch off for 30 seconds. My problem with Samsung and the ecosystem that Samsung has formed around their phones, their watches, and everything else is that you need a Google account, but you also need a Samsung account, and I hate that. I mean, I already have a Google account for Google Fit. Why do I need a Samsung account for Samsung's health tracker? Why do I need a Samsung account for the Samsung store? Why is there even a Samsung store? This is Google Android. We have the Play Store for all of our apps, right? Then there are a whole bunch of other things. Why do I have 2 calendars? Why do I have 2 contact apps? Why do I have multiple phone and messaging apps? And why is there Samsung Pay when I have Google Pay? There's so much duplication. I hate it. The only duplication that really makes sense to me is the powerful camera app, where I wish, frankly, Google would copy Samsung in this and say, hey, we're going to build a powerful camera app too. Samsung has killed it in the camera app department. The customization, the flexibility, the fact that you can treat it almost like a full SLR camera and the customization options. I hate that Pixel doesn't have that kind of functionality. Killer camera app. But the rest of it is duplication that I really don't see the value in it. So camera quality. I've taken more than my fair share of pictures on this camera and I'm happy. I mean, the camera quality is there, the low noise, the night sight is awesome. It's Samsung's version of night sight rather, and it works really well. There's not much more to say. The pictures are great. I'm impressed. So what more is there to say? Let's start with the price. We're talking on sale, 1,170 Canadian dollars. Regular price is 1,400 Canadian dollars for the S21 Plus. This isn't top of the range S21 Ultra. This is S21 Plus. And that's a big pill to swallow. The only way you go and get one of these phones is if you're on like a 2-3 year refresh schedule, or your provider is subsidizing the phone purchase in some way or fashion. That's just what we're all paying in 2021. Mid-range phones are definitely inching closer to the $1,000 mark. The premium phones are well over the $1,000. Some of them range all the way close to $2,000. I've been using this phone on and off for the better part of 3 months. It looks good, it feels good in my hand, the premium feel, excellent materials, the visual appeal when I set it down on a desk. Is it worth $1,400 to me though? I'm not a huge camera user, my wife is, but I'm not. Do I love 8K video? Absolutely. That appeals to the inner tech geek in me who wants to see the latest, the greatest, the best there is. Do I love the customization in the camera? Absolutely. Do I love the fact that it comes with a Snapdragon 888 processor, octa-core, 8 gigs of RAM? Yeah, makes gaming snappy. And I play games on my phone, so that's important to me. Do I love the HDR 10 Plus screen? Heck yeah. Again, inner geek and the visual appreciation that I have for it. Watching videos on it was a dream. The quality was there. Concluding remarks. It's a killer phone. It's got killer looks, it's got killer performance, it's got a killer camera. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you fully embrace the Samsung UI, if you're not bothered by adopting a new UI and getting used to it, that's its only hang-up. That's the only thing that took me time to really get a grasp on. If none of that matters to you, if UI is secondary to form, function, and power, then this is the phone for you. Thank you, Samsung, for the opportunity to review this phone. Again, not a paid promotion, just a great review. And I can't wait to see what the rest of the phones in 2021 hold and what the S22 holds for us next year. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe below and the notification bell to get notified the next time we release a video. Subscribe to us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We've got lots going on and we can't wait to see where the rest of 2021 takes us. Thanks everyone, have a great day.